Assalamualaikum wherever you are. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you will always be well. In this friend, meet again with me. I'm Muhammad Ali in a radio drama entitled Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw, which will entertain your time. So stay tuned. This drama briefly tells the story of Higgins, a phonetic professor who wants to change the language style of a low-class flower girl named Lisa. Act 1. Covent Garden at 11:15 p.m. Torrents of heavy summer rain. Cab whistles blowing frantically in all directions. Pedestrians running from shelter into the market and under the portico of St. Paul's Church, where there are already several people, among them a lady and a daughter in evening dress. They are all peering at nobody at the window there. Has been turned to the west. He seems slowly preoccupied with the notebook in which he is writing a piece. The church clock strikes the first quarter.
Kidding, child. Go on. What care have you been doing all this time? It's been gone 10 minutes.
Not so long, but he ordered that is okay by this.
And he would have gone at the theater's door. Other people go cabs. Why couldn't he?
Oh, I'm just a poor whipper-drook.
Well, haven't you got a cab?
There's no one to be had for love or money.
Oh, Freddy, there must be one. You can't have tried.
It's too tiresome. Do you expect us to go and get on ourselves?
Oh, very well, I'll try again. But I shall simply get shocked for nothing.
And what about us? Are we to stay here all night in this drove with next to nothing on?
Nah, then, Freddy, we were going there.
Sorry.
There's Spanish here. Your best of all is starting to the mass. How do you know that my son's name is Freddy?
Oh, your son is he? Well, if you turn your teddy bear as small as so, it no bone spoil. A burgers, 5 to spout then right away back. Will you pay me for them?
Do nothing of the sort, Mama. The idea.
Oh, please allow me, Clara. Have you any pennies?
No, I'm nothing smaller than sixpence.
Give it to me. Now, this is for your flowers.
Thank you, kind lady.
Oh, sir, is there any sign of it stopping?
I'm afraid not. It started worse than ever about 2 minutes ago.
If it was, either sign is nearly over. So job, campaign, and buy a flower of poor girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't a chance.
Good. Oh, you buy a flower of me? Campaign, I can change from a crown, that for tuppence.
No, don't be troublesome. There's good girl. I really haven't any chance. Stop. That story happens between you, son.
Thank you, sir.
You be careful, giving a flower for it. Just broke here behind taking down every bless what you are saying.
I am the nothing or by speaking to the gentleman. I have a right to sell flowers if I keep off the curb. I must first of a girl, so help me. I never spoke to him. I expect to ask him to buy a flower of me. Oh, sir, don't let him charge me. You don't know what it means to me. They take out my character and drag me on the stress for speaking to the gentleman. They?
There. Who's hurting you, silly girl? What do you take me for?
It's alright, he's a gentleman, look at his boots.
What's a copper's knot?
It's a copper snap. What you make say? What's what you call it? As a for informal.
I take my Bible out and never said a word.
Oh, shut up. Do I look like a policeman?
Then, what did you take down my words for? How do I know whether you took me down right? You just show me what you wrote about me.
I can. Cheer up, Captain. Him now buy a flower of a poor girl.
It's because I caught him, Captain. I mean no harm. Oh, sir, don't let him. Let a check against me for I word like that. You?
Sure, I'll make no charge. Rule is here. If you are detective, you need to begin protecting against molestation by a young woman like you. Anybody cool so that the girl will no harm.
He ain't that he's a blooming busybody, that's what he is. I tell you, look at his boots.
And how are all your people down at Chelsea?
Who told you my people come from Chelsea?
Never you mind. They did. How do you come to be a sophiist? You were born in Listen Grove.
Oh, what harm is there in my listen grave? It wasn't fit for a peg to live in, and I had to pay 4 and 6 a week.
Live where you like, but stop that noise.
You think us for dudes under your feet, don't you? Can't you take liberties with a gentleman?
Cheltenham, Harrow, Cambridge, and India.
Goodbye. My ask, sir. Do you do this for your living at a music hall?
I've thought of that. Perhaps I shall someday.
He's not gentleman. He ain't to interfere with that poor girl.
What on earth is Freddy doing? I sure get pneumonia if I stay in this joke any longer.
Yes, of course.
Will you please keep your impertinent remarks to yourself?
Did I say that aloud? I didn't mean to. I beg your pardon. Your mother's absent, unmistakably.
How very curious. I was brought up in Largent Park near Epsom.
Haha, what the devil of a name! Excuse me, you want a cab, do you?
Don't dare speak to me.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Act 2. Next day at 11 a.m. Higgins' laboratory in Wimpole Street. Alfred Doolittle is an elderly but vigorous dustman, clad in the costume of his profession, including a hat with a back brim covering his neck and shoulders. He has well-marked and rather interesting features, and seems equally free from fear and conscience. He has a remarkable expressive voice, the result of a habit of giving vent to his feelings without reverse. His present pose is that of wounded honor and stern resolution, exclaiming simultaneously,
Well, I think that's the whole show.
It's really amazing. I haven't taken half of it now.
Would you like to go over any of it again?
What did you want, my girl?
What's the matter?
A young woman wants to see you, sir.
A young woman? What does she want?
This is the young woman, sir.
Sit down.
Oh, if you're going to make a compliment of it.
Sit down.
Sit down, Kerr. Do as you're told.
Don't mind if I do.
What's your name?
Lisa Doolittle.
Eliza, Elizabeth, Basti, and Bess. They went to the woods to get a bird nest.
They found an egg with 4 eggs in.
They took one apiece and left 3 in it.
Oh, don't be silly.
You must not speak to the gentleman like that.
Well, why won't speak sensible to me? I'm a good girl. I am, and I know what the like of you are. I do.
We want none of your Listen Grove prudery here, young woman. You have got to learn to behave like a duchess. Take her away, Mrs. Pierce. If she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
No, I'll call the police. I will.
But I have no place to put her.
Put her in the dustbin.
Oh, come, Higgins. Be reasonable.
You can't walk over everybody like this, Higgins. The coolness subsides. The hurricane is succeeded by a spire of amiable surprise.
Listen, Eliza. I think you said you came in a taxi.
Well, what if I did? I'm as good a right to take a taxi as anyone else.
You have, Eliza, and in the future you shall have as many taxis as you want. You shall go up and down and round the town in a taxi every day. Think of that, Eliza.
Excuse the strike question, Higgins. Are you a man of good character where women are concerned?
Have you ever met a man of good character where women are concerned?
Yes, for the frequently.
Well, I haven't. I find that the moment I let a woman make a friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a damn nuisance. I find that the moment I let myself make friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical. Women upset everything. When you let them into your life, you find that the woman is driving at one thing and you are driving at another.
At what? For example?
Oh, Lord knows. I suppose the woman wants to live her own life, and the man wants to live his, and each tries to drag the other onto the wrong track. One wants to go north and the other south, and the result is that both have to go east. Took they both had to east wind. So here I am, a confirmed old bachelor, likely to remain so.
Come, Higgins, you know what I mean. If I'm to be this business as so far especially for that girl, I hope it's understood that not offended is to be taken off her position.
What? That thing? Secret, I assure you. You see, she'll be a pupil, and the teaching would be impossible unless pupils were secret. I have taught scores of American millionaires how to speak English, the best looking woman in the world. I'm seasoned. They might as well be blocks of wood. I might as well be a block of wood. Well, Miss Spears, is it all right?
I just wish to trouble you with a word, if I might, Mr. Higgins.
Yes, certainly. Come in. Don't burn that, Mrs. Spears. I will keep it as a curiosity.
Handle it carefully, sir, please. I had to promise her not to burn it, but I had better put it in the oven for a while.
Exclaiming simultaneously.
Blimey, it's Eliza.
What's that? This.
Don't I look zany?
Silly.
Now, Mr. Higgins, please don't say anything to make the girl conceited about herself.
Oh, quite right, Mrs. Spears. Yes, damned silly. Oh, I mean, extremely silly.
I saw. Look alright with my head on.
A new fashion by George, and it ought to look horrible.
Well, I never thought she'd clean up as good looking as the governor. She's scary to me, ain't she?
I tell you, it's easy to clean up hurt. Hot and cold water on tap, just as much as you like. There is. Woolly towels. There is. And a towel, horse hat. It's brush your fingers. Some brushes to scrub yourself. And I want a bowl of soap smelling like promises. Now I know why ladies it's so clean. Waisins, treat for them. Wish they saw what it's for the like of me.
I'm glad the bedroom met with your approval.
It died not all of it, and I don't care who has beside it, Mrs. Pearce knows.
What was wrong, Mrs. Spears?
Oh, nothing, sir. It doesn't matter.
I have a job for you, a phonetic job.
No use, dear. I'm sorry, but I can't get around new vowels. And though I like to get pretty postcards in your pencil hand, I always have to read the copies in ordinary writing you so thoughtfully send me.
Well, this is not a phonetic job.
You said it was.
Not your part of it. I have picked up a girl.
Does that mean that some girl has picked you up?
Not at all. I don't mean a love affair.
What a pity.
Why?
Well, you never fall in love with anyone under 45. When will you discover that there are some really nice looking young women about?
Oh, I can't be bothered with young women. My idea of a lovable woman is something as like you as possible. I shall never get into the way of seriously liking young women. Some habits lie too deep to be changed. Besides, they're all idiots.
My son, Henry?
Mrs. and Miss Anne for Hill.
Oh Lord!
Well, I really can't get used to the new ways.
Oh, it's alright, Mama. Quite right. People will think we never go anywhere or see anybody if you are so old fashioned.
I dare say I am very old fashioned, but I do hope you won't begin using that expression, Clara. I've got the customer to hear you talking about men as sorters and calling everything filthy and beastly, though I do think it horribly unladylike. But this last is really too much. Don't you think so, Colonel Pickering?
Don't ask me. I've been away in India for several years and manners have changed so much that sometimes don't know whether I'm at a respectable dinner table or in a seafood castle.
It's all a matter of habit. There's no right or wrong in it. Nobody means anything by it. And it's so quaint and gives such a smart emphasis to things that are not in themselves very witty. I found the new small talk delightful and quite innocent.
Well, after that, I think it's time for us to go.
Oh yes, we have three at homes to go to still. Goodbye, Mrs. Higgins. Goodbye, Colonel Pickering. Goodbye, Professor Higgins.
Goodbye. Be sure you try on that small talk at the tree at homes. Don't be nervous about it. Pitch it in strong.
I will. Goodbye. Sans no sense. All this early Victorian prudery.
Such damn nonsense.
Such brute innocence.
Thank you, dear. Goodbye.
You silly boy. Of course she's not presentable. She's tired of your art and of her dressmakers. But if you suppose for a moment that she doesn't give herself away in every sentence she utters, you must be perfectly correct about her.
But don't you to sometimes be down? I mean something to eliminate the sooner element from her conversation.
Not as long as she's in Henry's hands.
I think I know what you mean, Mrs. Higgins.
Eliza tries to control herself and feel indifferent as she rises and walks across to the hearth to switch off the lights. By the time she gets there, she is on the point of screaming. She sits down in Higgins' chair and holds on hard to the arms. Finally, she gives away and flings herself furiously on the floor, raging.
What the devil have I done with my slippers?
There are your slippers! And there, take your slippers. And may you never have a day's luck with them.
What on earth? What's the matter? Get up. Anything wrong?
Nothing wrong with you if when you're bid for you. Haven't I? There's a note for you. I don't matter. I said peace.
You want my bed. You, presumptuous insect. I want it. What did you throw the slippers at me for?
Because I wanted to mess your face. I like to kill you. You selfish brat. Why didn't you leave me where you picked me out of? In the gutter. You thank God it's all over. And that now you can't throw me back again there, do you?
Ah, would you? Clumsy you cat. How dare you show your tempers to me? Sit down and be quiet.
What's to become of me? What's to become of me?
How the devil do I know what's to become of you? What does it matter what becomes of you?
You don't care. I know you don't care. You won't care I was dead. I'm nothing to you, not so much as the slippers.
Those slippers.
The slippers. I didn't think I'd make any difference now.
Why have you begun going on like this? May I ask whether you complain of your treatment here?
No.
Has anybody behaved badly to you? Colonel Pickering, Mrs. Pierce, any of the servants?
No.
I presume you don't pretend that I have treated you badly.
No.
I'm glad to hear it. Perhaps you are tired after the strain of the day. Will you have a glass of champagne?
No.
This has been coming on you for some days. I suppose it was natural for you to be anxious about the garden party, but that's all over now. There's nothing more to worry about.
No, nothing more for you to worry about. Oh, God. I wish I was dead.
Why? In heaven's name, why? Listen to me, Eliza. All this irritation is purely subjective. Make you comfortable.
I heard you. Good is all over.
Well, don't you think that is all over? Now you're free and can do what you like.
What I am afraid for? What have you left me afraid for? Where I am to go? Where I am to do? What's to become of me?
Oh, that's what's worrying you, is it? I shouldn't bother about it if I were you. I shouldn't imagine you won't have much difficulty in settling yourself somewhere or other, though I hadn't quite realized that you were going away. You might marry, you know. You see, Eliza, all men are not confirmed old bachelors like me and the colonel. Most men are the marrying sort. And you are not bad looking. It's quite a pleasure to look at you sometimes. Not now, of course, because you are crying and looking as ugly as the very devil.
But when you are alright and quiet yourself, you are what I should call attractive. That is to the people in marrying line, you understand? You go to bed and have a good night's rest. And then get up and look at yourself in the glass. And you won't feel so cheap.
Eliza,
I dare say my mother could find some cheap or other who would do very well.
We are above that at the corner of settlement court. I sell flowers. I didn't sell myself. Now you've made a lady of me. I am not fit to sell anything else. I wish you left me where you found me.
Those, Eliza, don't you insult human relations by dragging all this can about buying and selling into it. You needn't marry the fellow if you don't like him.
Don't you try to get around me. You'll have to do it me.
I can do without anybody. I have my own soul, my own spark of divine fire. But I shall miss you, Eliza. I have learned something from your idiotic nations. I confess that humbly and gratefully, and have grown accustomed to your voice and appearance. I like them, rather.
Well, you have both of them on your grab map and your book of photographs. When you feel know what me, you can turn machine on. It's gonna feel not hard.
I can turn your soul on, leave me those feelings, and you can take away the voice and the face. They are not you.
Ah, you are a devil. You can twist the head and a girl as easy as some call twist her arms to hurt her. Mrs. Price warned me. Time again she has wanted to leave you. And you always get around it at the last minutes. And you don't care a bit for her. And you don't care a bit for me.
I care for life, for humanity, and you are part of it that has come my way and been built into my house. What more can you or anyone ask?
I won't care for anybody that doesn't care for me.
Commercial principle, Eliza, like in toilets, isn't it?
Don't snore at me. It's meant to snore at me. What did you do it for if you didn't care for me?
Why? Because it was my job.
You never thought of the trouble it will make for me.
Would the world ever have been made if its maker had been afraid of making trouble? Making life means making trouble. There's only one way of escaping trouble, and that's killing things. Cowards, you notice, are always shrieking to have troublesome people killed.
I'm no preacher. I don't notice this like that. I notice that you don't touch me.
Eliza, you are an idiot. I waste the treasures of my Miltonic mind by spreading them before you. Once for all, understand that I go my way and do my work without caring twopence what happens to either of us. I am not intimidated. like your father and your stepmother. So, you can come back or go to the devil, which you please.
What I am to come back for?
For the fun of it. That's why I took you on.
And you may throw me out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
Yes, and you may walk out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
And live with my stepmother.
Yes, or sell flowers.
The carriage is waiting, Eliza. Are you ready? Goodbye, dear.
Okay, that's a radio drama show from our group. Hope we can take a lesson. Thank you for listening to Remarkable FM broadcast. He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. So keep healthy. I'm Muhammad Ali. Excuse myself. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you later.
That was a great performance from AG 5 and 6. An awesome audio drama, right? Yes, right. Oke guys, karena waktu kita sangat terbatas, ya mungkin kita lanjut besok ya. Mungkin kita break dulu untuk besok. Sayang sekali karena ada pembatas antara kita dan kita semua waktu. Ya. Jadi kita akan break dulu sementara, lalu kita akan kembali besok hari pada pukul yang sama di jam yang sama dan orang yang sama. Jadi teman-teman siapkan mental kalian, siapkan tenaga kalian karena besok kami akan menyajikan We Want to Deserve virtual drama, audio drama dan analisis yang lebih keren dari hari ini. That's right. So don't miss it. And see you tomorrow. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See ya.